All right, first she said Mexican drug violence wasn't even affecting the United States. And earlier today, Secretary Napolitano trekked up to Capitol Hill to testify all about the problems that it's causing us. But the odd thing is she never used the term illegal immigrants. So is this signifying another change to the Obama lexicon? Here to discuss the Obama administration's inability to call things by their proper names is the editor of the big Hollywood blog, Hannity Breitbart, also of Breitbart.com. Andrew, good to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Sean. Good to see you.
All right. We'll get to what we can't say enemy combatant. We can't say terrorist. We'll get to those things in a second. Now we're not going to use the term illegal immigrant?
It's also called a man-caused disaster instead of terrorism. You know, this is, people are talking about whether we're moving into a socialist era, but what scares me more about economic Marxism is cultural Marxism, and that is exactly what political correctness is. And while everybody's worried about the banks and the economy, I'm worried about what's happening to people out there who dissent from Barack Obama. Not only are we changing the words to the benefit of the far left, we're also now accusing Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Antonin Scalia of being racists and homophobes. This is the type of tactics that destroyed the American campus over the last 20 to 30 years. So you can't have a debate on any topic whatsoever for fear of the conservative opposition being called a racist, a sexist, or a homophobe.
Well, and look, Andrew, I've experienced a lot of this over the course of my career. I've been called every name in the book, and you mentioned Rush and others. Any outspoken conservative has been, if you stand on your principles, and I'm fine with it, but it's really out of the rules for radicals. You know, we had Stanley Greenberg earlier on tonight. This was a strategy that they polled and focus grouped and fed to the White House to attack Rush. I mean, that's pretty, in the middle of a financial crisis and 2 wars, by the way.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a tactic, and it's a tactic that's worked, that's caused college Republicans to be the only people standing up on campus trying to stand up against this. This is tyranny. This is Animal Farm, and this is George Orwell. And one thing that I think people need to understand here is look at how they go after you. Look at how they go after Rush Limbaugh, and compare that how they treat our real enemies. They coddle them. They treat them with the kindest of words possible. They send them YouTube videos saying, I think we need to get along, yet their fellow Americans are called racist, sexist, and homophobes. We have to start pointing this stuff out. One last thing I'd like to say. My children go to a public school in Westwood in Los Angeles, and since Barack Obama is the president, they no longer call it St. Patrick's Day. They're calling it Potato Day. This political correctness is dangerous. It's the destruction of language.
Potato Day. Now, I'm Irish. But and I have zero sensitivity. I'll laugh at any Irish joke you have. But there is a heightened sensitivity. You can't joke about ethnicity in any way, shape, matter, or form. And it's Frank, that's political correctness run amok. But I want to focus on this because, we can't say the words, according to this administration, enemy combatant. We're not going to have enhanced interrogations. We can't use the term war on terror or even terrorism itself. Now, Andrew Napolitano, whose very position was created because of the war on terror, now refers to a terrorist attack as a man-caused disaster. You mentioned that. And earlier this week, the Pentagon and speechwriters were notified by Barack Obama's White House that they're not going to say war on terrorism, they're going to say overseas contingency operation. Now, this is frightening because if we don't face the reality of the enemy we're facing, we cannot possibly have the will to defeat them. This is now in the pre-9/11 mentality. You agree?
I couldn't agree more, and Barack Obama forewarned this when he was running for the presidency because he acted as if we're technically at war only with Al-Qaeda. He does not want to extend it beyond the people who were the perpetrators of that act. He does not want to get into the concept of radical Islam. He does not want to get into the concept that there are people out there, not just Al-Qaeda, that are a gathering threat.
By the way, Andrew, I insulted my friend, Andrew. It's Janet Napolitano. I stand corrected. I will shamefully apologize when I see him. But, you know, here she even denied we have all this violence on the border and 6,000 dead in a very short period of time. And Janet Napolitano is out there, you know, telling us it's not happening. Now we can't use the word illegal immigrant. And I guess that will probably at some point be turned into a racist slur if you say that.
Well, today the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, just said that America has is to blame to a great extent for the violence that's happening overseas, and it's the left's tendency to want to apologize for everything. We're to blame for 9/11. We're to blame for the illegal immigration. We're to blame for everything. These people think that if they go overseas and apologize for being Americans, that the rest of the world are going to like us. Instead, they realize that we're pushovers and that we're easily targeted because we're going to give them what they want.
All right, Andrew, I can't believe you're in Hollywood. And I said Andrew because your name is Andrew. Anyway, thanks for being with us. And, you know, good luck convincing all your Hollywood friends out there. And we love reading your stuff on the blog and of course, Breitbart.com. We get a lot of news from there. Thank you for being with us.
Happy Potato Day.